The aforementioned Elizabeth Putnam and Sean Wirtz talking about moves in the field. We'll be seeing some shortly. This is the final flight for the National Pairs title of Canada. There will be a new champion this year. Who will the champion be? Alongside Debbie Wilkes now. Welcome again to the Rexall Place here in Edmonton. Last year, Lenny Faustino and Jacinthe Lariviere won the title. In fact, a lot of teams lost the title last year. No one skated particularly well. Annabelle Langlois and Patrice Arquette came in. They had a mission this year to try to get the title back, but they're being pushed by some other teams.
Well, like so many of the other fields, women's, particularly from last night, we're seeing tremendous depth in pairs. The final four to skate today represent four different styles. We've got pairs that are brand new, we've got pairs that are nearly new, and we've got Annabelle and Patrice who are bringing up the rear, skating last today, the veterans of the field and probably the favorites. Four different styles, four fabulous teams.
We've had some teams that have already skated their free skate, so they have now visited the stands here, and they are spectators. And this is Jessica Miller and Ian Moran. They were just on the ice here. Jessica is actually an American from Kentucky. New team. They were fifth after the short program.
And usually, Rod, these teams, the international pairings are usually come out of dance, but it's wonderful to see that talent is being communicated and brought together in a most wonderful way. This is an exciting young team. Jessica is very tough. They had a program that was chock-a-block full of difficult and innovative moves. This is one of their lifts. And although the program started out a little iffy with some problems, the team came back with an incredible performance that has them leading right at the moment. Throw triple loop, one of the highlights of their program. And the final closing position for Jessica Miller and Ian Moran.
So this team leading the way into the final flight, and some of the other skaters, Bergeron and Davison, have skated. Kostlin and Davies representing Alberta. And we are ready for these final four teams to try to lay claim to the title. Again, we have Putnam and Wirtz, and we have Langlois and Arquette, and we have this new team, Utako Wakamatsu, who hails from Japan, and Jean-Sébastien Fecteau, who used to skate with Valerie Surette. They have formed a new partnership, these two. We must point out, this has been a factor all week about citizenship and requirements, and the fact that if this team gets a spot, one of the two spots to go to the Worlds, they will not go to the Worlds either. They cannot represent Canada right now.
Not for the next little while, at least. Utaku is close to getting her Canadian citizenship, but until that happens, they must skate for the love of it, and I guess as a kind of an investment for their future. They're looking long-term to the Olympic Games.
And so too is this team. Annabelle Langlois, Patrice Arquette, who moved from Quebec to the factory at Royal Glenora, which now houses that banner that says Jamie Salé, David Pelletier, Olympic champions. And Patrice even said, you know, we want our own banners in there. And they came to be coached by Jan Ullmark.
And certainly, if they win the Canadian title, that banner will go up. There is no question. But it is no shoe-in for this team. We've got some other exciting skaters.
As they found out last year.
Yeah.
They were the favorites last year.
Valerie Marcoux and Craig Bunton, also a relatively new team. A pair both on and off the ice. And they skate with a kind of power and determination that has been newfound for them. They've also skated with other partners, have a lot of national and international experience, but this year have received incredible support from the skating federations.
And the team that is really dazzling a lot of people and talking about potential and having a chance right now to go to the Worlds. Right now sitting in second place, Elizabeth Putnam and Sean Wirtz. Of course, Sean, his family, a great skating family. His uncles are coaches now, and Chris Wirtz with his wife Christy won 2 national titles. In the past, we have seen in skating, if there was a criticism, there's Christy and there's Paul, about reputations and how reputations can sometimes still give you a title. We have seen this week that means squat.
Absolutely, and that's a very valid point. In skating's struggle to regain its credibility, judging is becoming more and more serious, and there has been a kind of a code of points effect, I think, that has been handed over here to the Canadians, that despite the fact we're with the old 6.0 ordinal system, judges are forgiving no one. No matter what your title is, no matter what your pedigree, you've got to earn it.
Now you have to skate it. They do not hand you a title. You have to go out and win it. And we'll see what happens here now. First to skate will be Utako Wakamatsu and Jean-Sébastien Fecteau. They were going to skate last year. There's Richard Gauthier, their coach, who used to coach Sally and Pelche. He too is one of the great pairs coaches in Canada right now.
Former coach of Jamie Salé and David Pelletier, and a pair skater and champion himself.
Last year, again, they were going to team up and go to the national championships, but they had some injury problems. They did skate at Skate America this year. And they have been making rapid improvement, being together a very short time.
So much improvement, in fact, that despite the fact they did not have international assignments this year, they sent a videotape to Skate Canada showing just how superbly they were skating. And as a result of that, they were sent overseas. Watch the speed. The first lift, a triple twist. Lovely. And on this next element, watch a style point here. Utako's knees are so incredibly bent on the landing, acting like giant shock absorbers.
Not that time, though.
Incomplete rotation, not enough height in the lift. Tough fall leading up to the side-by-side triple toes. She hangs on. Gaining speed and confidence into side-by-side double axles. Fast rotation by Jean-Sébastien in the overhead lift. An indication of great technique. Sharing the problems today. The throws keep coming. This one's a triple loop. Better height on that, but Utako's left shoulder was dropped, landing on an incorrect edge.
They've got some neat stuff.
All of it featuring her flexibility. Can you hear Jean-Sébastien call the changes? Pair skaters will count the number of rotations in order to maintain unison. Very long forward inside death spiral. Nice. This is the lift from the short program. Once again showing her flexibility and his incredible strength. Perfect timing. lift. Perfect control.
They had some mistakes, but you can see why their coach thinks the world of these two. They have the stuff.
They've been right into the program. They have not let the mistakes interfere with the performance. They've carried it through with real artistic integrity.
3 teams to come will have their marks. Wakamatsu and Fecteau, and Sean Wirtz and Elizabeth Putnam up next. Futako Wakamatsu, Jean-Sébastien Fecteau, who will be eligible next year during the season. So really, this is kind of a test run for this team this year at the Nationals, even though they're not eligible for any of the 4 continents or world championships.
Well, they sure had some problems, particularly with the throws. The throw triple Salchow, the first throw element, did not have a clean landing. Same kind of problem with the throw triple loop. It got better height, nice rotation, but you could see Otako's left shoulder dropped. However, their strongest elements were the lifts. The program began with an exquisite triple twist, which coach Richard Gauthier said was the best one they've ever done as they came off the ice. But this one here, innovation, creativity, the choreography skated so beautifully to the swells in the music. I completely bought in.
Again, they're going to be in the top 5 here, so they'll be on the national team, get some international assignments. Jean-Sébastien Fecteau, you have to admire this young man. Not only does he struggle with juggling, skating, and schooling, and everything else in his life, family and friends, he also works every weekend with Special Olympic athletes, helping them with their skating, and he's very, very committed. So kudos to him, kudos to this team. They currently are first.
Our next competitors from Central Ontario, Elizabeth Putnam and Sean Wirtz.
So this is a big skate right now for this young team. Last year they were the new kids on the block, and everybody talked about what they would be doing down the road. Well, down the road is now here. This is a chance to get to the Worlds.
Surprise bronze medal winners at last year's Canadians. Last year was their first year together, and they have continued throughout the training season to build on their incredible style, the beautiful line. Their first element also a triple twist, probably their weakest element. Shaky on the landing today, not as much height as some of the other teams, but where they shine usually they're side-by-side skating. Shaky triple sow for Liz, back on track with the double up. Triple loop, just like the Chinese, only with more beauty and control. Coaching team's philosophy is to keep things as pure as possibly can be, emphasizing their exquisite line. You will not see the program cluttered with acrobatics. or a lot of detail.
Liz almost slipping there.
Well, and as even minor mistakes begin to add up, the complexity of the choreography will become a serious issue. And the little problems continue. Loss of unison in the spins. It's now starting to affect the entire program. We have come to expect from them as performers evaporates with every error. They look tired. Even a bit panicky. Minutes and 40 seconds into a 4.5-minute program. This is a turning point for many skaters where either you are exhausted or you get a second wind. Throw triple Salchow at the 4-minute mark. Good girl. I think they got the second wind. When a lift can become disaster. As the skater becomes more and more tired, the ability to control the body and skate from the core out, keeping the muscles firm and disciplined, becomes almost impossible.
Boy, that was a struggle. And this free skate is starting to resemble last year's free skate, where nerves and the pressure cooker got to everyone. You know, expectations. That's what this team is facing this year. Didn't deliver it outright here. Have to be disappointed, Elizabeth Putnam and Sean Wirtz. There still is an opening, still is a good chance to go to the Worlds. Only 2 pairs teams will go, 2 men, 2 women. Jennifer Robinson, Joannie Rochette going for the women. Cynthia Phaneuf, again earlier in the show, will not go. She'll go to the Junior Worlds. 3 dance teams. What Team Canada wants to do is get back to those great days of the 80s numbers, when they had 3 pairs teams go every year.
7 out of the last 8 years, we have only sent 2 Canadian teams. For Liz and Sean, it was a bumpy beginning. The twist, I think, might have even hurt Liz to the point where she couldn't get back on stride for the triple Salchow. She fought with great gusto, however. Still, there were further problems, not just with jumps or lifts, but with the spin. Starting out beautifully, skated very far apart, though, an unusual situation for them. They lost unison here and struggled to find where the other partner was, losing considerably there. However, just when you thought the game was over, they came back with this dazzler of a throw triple Salchow. That point is
the marks for
an important point for this team and may have saved their bacon.
2 teams to come. This team has to stay in the top 2. They are the leaders right now. Again, some of the earlier teams. But watch these marks for the next 2 teams.
The marks for presentation.
Now the worst part, you have to wait. They did not go to the Worlds last year, remember? But now they have a chance to go to the World Championships. They're going to have to sit backstage and watch and wait to see what Marcoux and Bunton do, and then Langlois and Arquetto.
Thank you.
That, however, was not a Canadian championship skate.
Indeed not. And this next team knows what has happened. And if any team has the kind of personality and character and competitive drive to skate through that door that Liz and Sean just opened, it's Valerie and Craig.
Valerie Marcoux, Craig Bunton, beginning the night just behind Putnam and Wirtz in 3rd place.
can make a mark here as long as they don't wilt. Starting with the triple twist. Yummy. Whoa, throw triple loop, high and wide. You know, they don't even have to be brilliant. They just have to skate clean, or close to clean. Skating rather far apart into the triple toes. Craig problems. Psychologically, once a skater has an error, they've got to learn how to leave it behind. It's as if you want to start the program from scratch again. Exquisite lift, multiple changes. Apart from the huge technical improvements since training with Richard Gauthier, Valerie and Craig have learned how to appreciate music. They show more versatility, more musicality than ever. Off those elements, patient, unhurried. Side by side triple toes.
Easy.
There we go. There we go.
A minute to go.
And look how close together these spins are. Again, a hiccup on the exit. They're still skating with power. They've still got some gas in the tank. Final half minute.
Need it again, got it.
Fasten your seatbelt.
Yeah, they could be on an airplane to Dortmund, Germany. They could be going to the Worlds.
Oh, a lasso lift at the end, the hardest entry for that lift because of the way the woman swings up to the top of the lift. Hardest to control, but they did it.
Boy, they did it with the pressure on. Had to be better than Putnam and Wirtz, who had mistakes. You still have to skate it, and they did. I don't think there's any doubt. They're the leaders when we come back. And then Annabelle Langlois and Patrice Arquetto at the Nationals. Valerie Marcoux 2 years ago went to the World Championships with another partner, Bruno Marcotte. then this partnership and chemistry.
And remember that just a year ago, they were devastated with their 4th place finish at Canadians. Somehow that was the motivation to get them moving, and the change to Richard Gauthier was everything they hoped for. An exquisite triple twist to begin with, strong, high, and comfortable. Their lifts and every element extremely beautiful. Love this entry into the cartwheel lift, into a platter, multiple changes, all of them difficult, supreme control. Tiny problem with Craig's side-by-side triple jump at the beginning, but even then, with good breathing, part of every athlete's exercise, this was the final lasso, which they did superbly.
They're going to the World Championships. With one team to go, they're going to be guaranteed one of the 2 places because they are the leaders. Technical merit marks and presentation marks will be first place ordinals. Marcoux and Bunton, you're going to the World Championships, and hang on to your hats because you also could be national champions, because now Annabelle Langlois and Patrice Arquetto in the final spot will skate for a Canadian crown.
Ooh, the pressure is on.
Merci.
I like it like this. You know, when the skaters show their stuff, nothing could be better.
And last year, it wasn't a case so much of anybody showing their stuff as everybody counted mistakes up at the end. Whoever made the least amount of mistakes won.
Not
nothing
way.
against the champions, Lenny and Jazz last year, who have broken up. But now this team said, we are well trained, we are well prepared. We are here to settle the score from last year. They felt they had the title in their grasp, and they crumbled, melted in the spotlight.
Well, today we get to see what kind of stuff they're made of. Unlike the other top teams who start with a triple twist, Annabelle and Patrice have chosen side-by-side triple toe. Oh, the throw triple Salchow. Side-by-side triple Salves. Triple twist.
They've got to get these. Interesting.
If they are capable to pull it back under control and skate cleanly from here on in, the quality of the program should keep them in first place. Different basics. next throw.
Oh my goodness.
It's happening again. Rather than skating full out, as they are capable of doing, their caution in their skating, as they've understood they've got to skate clean, has backfired. There's no abandon, there's no freedom, and there's certainly no confidence.
They better pick it up or there will be no Canadian title.
I think that's lost. More wonderful footwork.
Oh, and another stumble. That should do it.
This was not a performance that was skated to win. It was a performance skated not to lose. And my prediction is it has.
Favorites last year. Favorites this year. Unable to rise up when called upon. Judges' marks. Marcoux and Bunton waiting. You're watching the BMO Financial Group Canadian Figure Skating Championships. It's one of the great things you love about skating is that nothing is given to you. You know, sometimes there have been judging controversies, but you have to skate it.
Well, certainly throughout the season, throughout the last 2 seasons, my money would have been on Annabelle and Patrice. They're the most experienced. They're top 5 in the world. Plus, they've really worked at developing their artistic side. Still, even with the magnificent program to the music from Lawrence of Arabia, without the tricks, and certainly with major falls, like the throw triple toe, it's not the skate of true champions.
Now, what about the second mark, though, the presentation mark?
Well, in my opinion, there were so many errors, and it was done with such a lack of confidence and attack. I think that the falls interfered with the artistic reach of the program and with the artistic success of the program. Now, I'm no judge, but I certainly feel that it was a terribly subpar performance.
And not a performance that you want to take to a world championship. But they did have that performance last year. This is deja vu all over again.
Well, I'm sure that's what they're thinking. They want to punch each other and themselves. And I mean, it's a devastating position to be in.
And you know, the dark horse team coming into this was Marcoux and Bunton all week. No one really talked about them. We talked about Putnam and Wirtz. They were talking about Wakamatsu and Fecteau during practice, even though they weren't eligible. And look at this. For the second straight night, we're going to have a surprise winner here. Because look at the marks. Presentation marks for the second straight year. Langlois and Arquetto are second. And another shocker here at the Nationals.
Well, Valerie and Craig set about doing their work in the most determined fashion. Ever since their disappointment at last year's Canadians, they had a vision in their mind about where they were going to be, and they weren't going to settle for anything less than the top spot on the podium. They deserved it. But terrible sadness for Annabelle and Patrice.
Not meant to be, she said. Meant to be for these two. Valerie Marcoux and Craig Bunton are the national pairs champions of Canada. And like the podium last night, 1-2 Quebec teams. And again, another surprise in the skaters or skater in that final spot, unable to deliver in the clutch.
That's what competitive figure skating is all about. I mean, I love it when we get these unexpected results, but I also love it when we see reality reflected in the judges' marks.
Hard to believe, though, one of the best teams in the world, Langlois and Arquetto, not the best team in Canada 2 years in a row. Let's join Dave Randorf.
With the new Canadian pairs champions, Valerie Marcoux and Craig Bunton. You came in here to nail down a spot to the Worlds, and you're leaving as national champions, Valerie.
Yeah, well, we did everything we wanted. We skated okay, so we didn't expect to win tonight. We just wanted to make the world team, so it's really a shock right now. It's super.
Written all over your faces here, Craig. How do you feel?
Oh my God. This year's it's been such a ride for us. Such a down after last season. We came so close to quitting so many times in the summer and just came back so strong and pushed so hard this whole season. It's just been one big ride.
Pretty glad you stayed in now, aren't you?
Yeah, I think you could say that.
Congratulations and best of luck in Germany at the World Championships.
Thank you so much.
Well, quit. Yeah, quitting. You're going to the World Championships.
I'm verklempt. You know, there's a great story. I think back to the first time we saw Valerie and Craig competing at Skate Canada. That would be a year ago, 2002, in the fall of 2002. At that time, they were coached by Paul Wirtz, and Paul came up to me and said, "Oh, Deb, please don't talk to Craig. You're going to absolutely mess him up. I don't know where he's going. He's completely bamboozled." Look where he's come in a year.
Yeah, he's all messed up right now in celebration. Yeah. What a night, what a couple of nights. Hang on, because it's been a surprise last night with Cynthia Phaneuf, a surprise tonight with Marcoux and Bunton, and we have the men's free skate still ahead, and maybe we have more surprises in store. Has this been, in your mind, one of the most unexpected, unpredictable nationals that you've ever visited?
And unexpectedly great, I must add, too. I often come away from the nationals thinking, oh, why did I make that prediction?
Yeah.
But this time, it feels like it's like a freight train gaining momentum, and we're getting further and further along and deeper into the talent pool and seeing greater and greater things. I'm pumped.
Do you know what I'm really pumped about? The judging. And we have, you know, in the past, you look at the judges and you criticize, under whatever system,
Yeah.
Every event has been very well judged here.
And very sensitively judged, I think, too, despite the fact that I think most of the judges would agree they'd rather not be judging under the 6.0 system because it just does not adequately reflect the quality and detail that skating is today. But what a great thing to be, not to come away and feel like somebody got ripped or the disappointment that comes naturally from an event that you feel has been badly judged.
Well, speaking of disappointment, let's go downstairs. Here's Dave Randorf again.
Yeah, here with Annabelle Langlois and Patrice Arquetto. The good news is that you are going to the Worlds. You secured that second spot, but I know just having approached you in the kiss and cry, you're a little disappointed how it went tonight.
I mean, it started really good. I stepped out of the South. That's the new thing we tried to do tonight to see if we could put it for 4 continents at Worlds. I think it distracted us a little bit for the rest of the performance. Going into the throw toe, I knew we were going to miss it. I felt really far apart. I felt really off timing, and I think that's what killed us tonight. That was the one thing that could have made the difference.
I guess, Patrice, adversity, you learn from these things and take it with you into the next competition, which is a big one, I would imagine.
Yeah, you learn from your mistakes, and this year the throw toe didn't. It's an element that we miss probably almost in every long program, so I think that's a thing that we're going to have to figure it out and go from there.
Thank you very much for this, guys, and good luck in Germany.
Thank you.
Tough one for them, but what a night for Marcoux and Bunton. National pairs champions. They were going to quit? Kidding? Men's free skate coming up, folks. Don't go away.